Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Let's have some news, shall we? Yes, everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well, my friends. Happy Friday. Always happy a Friday when West Ham win a game, innit? Top of the league and having a laugh. And we're going to talk about Europa League, talk about some of the key stats, key information you need to know about our remaining games in the Europa League. Also, we've got some transfer rumours and contract extension news and stuff like that. Back in the morning, we did the Dave Moyes press conference. It was very, very early for Howard's headlines, talking about squad rotation and things like that. Lunchtime today, did like sort of review, players' ratings, all that type of stuff from the Freiburg game. And now attention has to turn to Wolves. Because it is the way it is, and with so many games coming thick and fast. But obviously, we're going to blink and it's going to be January. And that's where the first story is going to start with. According to TalkSport's Alex Crook, who we know is a very, he has very strong contacts, particularly at Southampton. He claimed last night that West Ham are eyeing a move for Carl Walker Peters. So could KWP could rejoin JWP, but at West Ham. And apparently we are heavily linked with a move for the 26-year-old defender. Personally, we should be all over this and a rash, in my humble opinion, as he basically kills two birds with one stone for us. He's a successor for Vladimir Sufal. He's 26, perfect age to bring in. As I said, he's out of the box right back by trade, but also does cover that left back slot and could provide cover for Emerson. So, as he can operate on both wings. He's having a great season in Southampton so far. He's one of the standout performances in the Championship, as you would imagine. And his contract is actually up at the end of the season, end of next season, meaning, this transfer window is probably the opportune time for Southampton to sell to get money for that player. They could take a risk and keep him and hopefully get promoted maybe and then back in the Premier League. But I think, it might be time for Carl to move on potentially. And West Ham are apparently looking to get him for a knockdown price or a decent price. Probably they haven't quoted any specific numbers yet, but we do have someone in our midst who apparently has been linked with a move to Southampton. We have got obviously Flynn Downs on loan and also Danny Ings. Danny Ings has been linked with a potential move back to Southampton, which could benefit all parties. It could benefit West Ham because we'd get Ings off the books. He's obviously on a lot of money, as we know, earning more than, I think someone said, Sufal again and someone else combined or something ridiculous like that. But also it could mean we could offset the cost of buying in Carl Walker Peters with a money and Ings offer, potentially, or maybe a continuation of the Flynn Downs loan into next season as well. Who knows? But it is encouraging. I think he's a very I know he'd be linked with the likes of Fabianski from Porto, but he's a left back. This guy, I think Carl can do both jobs very, very well. Gets up and down the touchline very, very well. He's pacey. Him on one side, Emerson on the other side. And at 26, he's got a good, 4 or 5 years realistically at the top flight if he performs well. Yes, he used to play for Spurs, but we can't have everything right. And it's going to be confusing as well because you're going to have KWP and JWP. But there we go. Let's talk about contract extension. Now this one a little bit surprising, a little bit out of left field. Really, it's not really actually. Actually, I think it's a good bit of business potentially by West Ham. But according to XWHU employee said on his podcast the other day that West Ham are believed to be close to agreeing a contract extension with Lucas Fabianski. obviously, he was between the sticks yesterday. Another clean sheet for Fabianski. I think he's winning 4-1, I think, on clean sheets or something like this season against Areola. Obviously, captain again. I believe he's got a very good, if not 100%, very close to 100% record being captain at West Ham. And the club apparently been very impressed with his performances and his sort of aptitude. Is that the right word? Attitude. That's what I mean. His attitude. Obviously, he did throw his toys out the pram when Moyes dropped him for the Premier League goalkeeper, but I think he's taken on the chin after that initial sort of dummy spat and has performed very, very well. He has performed as a number two, very good keeper. Now, according to X, he said that a new deal for the veteran will potentially, if he signs a new 1 year extension, which is believed to be an automatic 1 year extension, which I didn't think he had. I thought he had a 1+1, but apparently he's got a 1+1+1. The extension would take the former Polish international goalkeeper until the summer of 2025, where he had turned 40 years old. Now, goalkeepers' age, obviously, is different. They go on to a lot longer in terms of age, and I think he's still very, very good goalkeeper. Next year, if we don't qualify for Europe, obviously he'll be playing less games as well. Very good backup keeper to turn to. And I was talking on our group chat, and Dan made a great point saying, actually, previously I thought I'd be a bit outraged, but actually it means we don't have to think about maybe allocating resource like money to bringing in a number two goalkeeper in the summer. We can reallocate that resource to other areas we need to improve, and then maybe next summer after next rather, then looking to bring another goalkeeper in. I think it's a good idea. It's a good shout. So let me know what you mean. Let me know what you think about that. Obviously, Areola still being Premier League number one, but one more year, Lucas Fabianski. And lastly, let's touch on Europe. Obviously, we now know, obviously, we won the group, which is fantastic. Third year in a row, we've won the group. And we know we don't have any European football until March. Winning the group, we bypass the 32 playoffs, which is drawn on Monday. So Freiburg, for example, will be going into that group and will be drawn on Friday. We go into the last 16 automatically. Now, as with previous years, the last 16, we know we're going to be playing at home on the 14th of March. We're going to be playing the away leg first, the 7th of March. That's part and parcel of what we get for being top of the group. We get priority. So, got to think 2 years ago, the Sevilla game, how awesome was that? And actually, there's a real benefit playing that second leg at home because you know what you've got to do in the crowd. I mean, that was a phenomenal night there. So the other 6 group winners will definitely, obviously, not, basically, we're not going to face any of the group winners either. So we're not going to face Brighton. We're not going to face Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal. We're not going to face Slavia Prague. We're not going to face Rangers. We're not going to face Atalanta. We're not going to face Liverpool. So basically, we'll play one of the winners of the playoffs. So, so we'll have the 8 teams that have dropped in: Freiburg, Sparta, Prague, Sporting Lisbon, Marseille, Toulouse, Rennes, Roma, and Qarabag FK. So those are the ones who are going to be coming forward from the Europa League, and then obviously the guys dropping from the Champions League, the likes of Galatasaray, Lens, AC Milan, that type of thing. And we'll be drawing against one of those winners of that group. That's, as I said, on Monday. That's going to be drawn, so it's worth keeping an eye on that to see who potentially we could be drawn against. And then the actual draw for the final 16 is going to be on Friday, the 23rd of February next year. And we'll be doing, obviously, our live stream as always. And obviously the final being 22nd of May in Dublin, Ireland. Money-wise, we get, because we've won the group, we get 1.1 million euros automatically, and we then get another 1.2 million euros for qualifying for the final 16. So, 2.2 3. I've done the maths. €1,000,000. So it's is obviously the money's a lot better than the Europa Conference League. Also, on top of that, we get a money for winning the game as well. Every result in that group, you get a number of money, whether it's win, lose, or draw. That's how it works. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. We've got loads of stuff coming up. Irish Tommy, I believe, is coming up tonight. His late show. Go back and check out all the shows done today. Also, West Ham and Network Advent Calendar Day 15. Nobby Solano. So all you got to do to enter. It's totally free. I've got all this week's winners here. They're going out tomorrow. With my mate who's a West Ham fan, the postie comes and picks them up. So they'll be going out to everyone tomorrow. So you'll be getting them next week, hopefully. Although it is Christmas post, so I do apologise. But all you got to do is comment on the videos, on that particular video for the Advent Calendar. Nothing to enter, no money. No, it's totally free. Just be a subscriber, which is free. And just leave a cheeky comment. Leave multiple comments. Comment on each other's as well to be with more chances to win as well. Little tip. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends, and come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye. Irons.